Hello, I'm the Painter Dog and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. As you can see, I already have a job to transport reservoir tanks from Rotterdam to Stuttgart. So let's do this. Come on. Here you go. Probably help if you weren't rendering videos in the background, eh? This one doesn't have a GPS in, so I have to use that one again. So let's start this up. And let's go. So this is going to be a long trek. 11, basically 12 hours. Let's take a quick peek. There's our tank. Let's go. Sorry about that, dude. But I have to get onto the highway and get off immediately. There you go. Stop that. Let me just see the settings. Let me quickly sort that out. Okay, that's sorted out. Okay, so let's drive. It's 78 km per hour on our cruise control. And let's go. This still feels a bit weird for me driving on the right hand side of the road. We will get used to it. So I haven't posted any videos for a week and a half about now. That's because, firstly, I had a conference last week. But just before that, I had the flu, and I'm still recovering from that. I get better days when I get worse days. I don't know why. Because I was getting better and then I went to the conference. But yeah, then I got worse again. And I kept on drinking my medication, as one should. And I know it's a flu. I didn't get any antibiotics because the flu is a virus. Antibiotics don't work for a flu. But I'm still recovering from that. So if my voice cracks up a bit or if I cough or sneeze, I'm really sorry. I'll try and stop the recording before that happens. But there's always this one time when it sneaks up on you, which you can't help. But I'll try my best. So far this first drive is going smoothly. Actually almost too smoothly. But we'll see what happens. Let's face it, it's me. I will drive over one of those stop signs or yield signs, or crash into someone, or probably get a speeding ticket because I'm not concentrating on the road. The road signs, the speed limit signs. And as you can see from the steering wheel on the screen, my gaming steering wheel still hasn't been fixed or replaced. So I'm still on the keyboard, which is a challenge in itself. But we'll get used to it. That's how I started PC gaming, with a keyboard. I won't tell you which game, because then you can sort of make out how old I am. And I'm trying to keep it sort of vague, my personal stuff. I know I told you lots of stories, but I tend to try and leave it anonymous. Let's put it that way. Believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert. I know it's weird, but I'm really, really introverted. But since I've been doing YouTube, it has helped me a bit. I'm not as much in my shell as previously. I need to download a couple of mods just to increase the visual aspects of this game, but it's already awesome. But I think that will help quite a lot. I wonder if I travel at the speed that cars travel, will I get a speeding ticket? So let's keep our eyes out for a speed limit sign, and then we can try and push it a bit and see if it helps or if we get a speeding ticket. Just keep an eye out on my fuel, but we are still fine. So I need to get ready to get off this highway. Let's indicate so long. Oh, no need, we are in the right lane already. And okay, that will be fine. Keep our speed up a bit. 100. Let's try and push it and see if we get a speeding ticket or not. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. I know there's a speed limit on the HUD. It says 80 kilometers per hour, but let's see if we get one if we push it to car speed limit. That might help. So a conference we went to is for the South African Society of Microbiology. If you don't know this, PhD student in microbiology now. And I'm also working for the university that I'm studying at. So I'm at the awkward position where I don't get all the perks of being a student because I'm part of the personnel, the staff. And I get all the perks of being a staff member because I'm still a student. It's that crappy grey area there that we fall under. But it actually went kind of well. No, it actually went really well. But that's another story, or actually a story for another day. I can't really tell you what I was presenting, because that's a bit too personal. Not something about me, but it's been my baby for the last 4 or 5 years. I did it for I did a part of it for my masters as well. And it's still in progress. But I have to say, I do love my job most days. Obviously you get days where everything sucks. And it's usually those days that we go out, get something to drink, eat something, and just unwind. Or, as we are going to do this year, we're going to take a week just to recuperate. Out any students close by, somewhere in the bushveld, where there's no cell phone reception, and you are completely without modern day comforts, let's put it that way. Because the place we are going there aren't even TVs. Because why would you want to set a TV when there's a bushveld outside? Even in the evenings. Go outside, look at the stars, and just enjoy being in nature. And what's nice, I used to work at that place. Again, it's I can tell you it's a reserve, well-known reserve. And if I do get holidays and I don't go anywhere specifically on vacation, I go there and help out, because I was a game ranger and field guide previously, before I started with my microbiology career. I did that for a couple of years, and I really enjoyed it. The only reason I stopped that is because I felt like I reached the pinnacle of that. I was part of a game capture team, and I raised a baby rhino. Actually had a quite fun time doing that. And I was part of an anti-poaching unit. You know, when you are young, you want to do all these things. And it's a worthwhile pursuit, but you also need to look after yourself, your own well-being. And although I really enjoyed the work, I felt like I couldn't learn anything else in that area, so I moved on. Because we did studies on the trees. Since I was a game ranger as well, we had to know the carrying capacity of a veld. It's grass and leaves and all that, so you had to use scientific method to work that out. So you have to know the food value of the trees and grasses and nutritional values. That was actually kind of fun. Although field guiding is also fun, to take tourists out and show them the reserve and the animals and trees and all that, but sometimes being an introvert, it was really hard doing that. But you get into a groove. So for the next 3 or so hours, you can talk everyone's ears off, then you go retreat back to your house. And usually, while we were on duty, because we worked 3 weeks, 7 days. For those 3 weeks, we worked 7 days, and then we got a week off. That was for the field guiding bit. But luckily, for people understood where I worked, that I can't really be doing that with the since people crashing things. For the game ranging bit, they actually gave me my days off in that week as well. So otherwise, because they worked on 2 week, a week off, 2 weeks, week off. So you got a bit more days off for game ranging because you work 24/7. If something happened, you had to be there to check up on the animals or repair fences and all that. So that was 24/7 job. For field guiding, you typically went out 2 times a day. It could even be a sunrise or a midday or a morning or a sunset or a night drive, but usually 2 times a day. But that was the norm. But the time when I was there, that year, just over a year, at that specific reserve, specific camp, we were a bit understaffed, so we went out 3 times a day. It was actually kind of nice. Because when you did your thing and then you got in your shift while doing something, otherwise you had to sit around and wait for something to happen. And I'm not really a person that likes that part. I want to stay busy. So luckily they changed for the game ranging, as I was saying, they changed my schedule. also 3 weeks, and then 1 week off. It's a bit crappy, I know. Got a bit, but then at the end of the day, at the end of a year, I had some accumulated leave, so I could take that off completely. That's a fun bit. A couple of my friends who started with me lived lived close by to where I worked, so they could help me in my off time to take over. Okay, so we can't be traveling at the speed of the cars. So 3 traffic offences in 1 episode in 15 minutes. It sounds about right. Ah, the air brakes. On my keyboard that would be. You're giving me chance. Thank you very much. We are actually staying off the grass that time. So now I need to remember I can't be traveling the same speed as the cars. Oh, I do have... Ah, then I can take this off. I do have a sat nav on the dashboard. Let's use that, because I really don't like the heads up sat nav. I truly don't enjoy that. It feels like a bit of... takes you out of a simulation. Wait. I was going to crash into something right there. Playing around with my air brakes. I'm not concentrating on the road. I'm driving a big truck. This is gonna take forever. Let's move up a bit. Come on, there's no traffic on the left hand side. Are you going to stay in your lane? It does seem like you are. Ah! We are getting better at this. Just a couple more hours in game. Let's take a quick peek as soon as the road straightens out. We have to turn up again. Let's take a quick peek. 5 hours. So we are halfway. So this is going to be a longer episode. Obviously, we are driving a long haul truck. So it's going to be a longer episode. But I don't know. Sometimes I enjoy longer episodes, to watch long episodes, not make them, but I enjoy watching them. And sometimes I only have 10 to 20 minutes. So that's why I try to keep to change up the episodes and the games. Because let's take for instance Call of Duty, that was usually about 15-20 minute episodes. Because that was the time that I had per mission, for instance. So it's short episodes, but for this we can have longer episodes because it's more relaxed driving and it's another experience. So why not just enjoy it? Take a look at that. Awesome. Yeah. Seems about right. Me hitting the pole while looking around. It's actually quite nice. It's a lovely day. Look at the hot air balloons in the distance. Is our tank still okay? Yep. Our reservoir tank is still fine. All the bales. Now this is something you see across South Africa. It's agriculture. Especially in the Free State and Northwest. Because the Free State is one of the areas in South Africa that's most under threat, with biodiversity in mind. Since it gets ploughed and then maize or corn, or as we call it in South Africa, millies, gets planted up, and then it's a monoculture. One of my friends actually worked on bacterial leaf streak disease in maize. She did a master's on that, which is actually kind of awesome. That's the thing, we were actually a close-knit group of friends. Okay, we became friends in our 4th year, but we were a close-knit group and we helped each other. So at one stage we wanted to present for one of our presentations, one of our numerous presentations in our masters, because people jokingly said that if you find one of us, you'll find some of the rest of the group, because we were so close that we helped each other with our lab work and all that. So people said like that we couldn't work independently because of that. Well, we could obviously, but we enjoyed each other's company and we enjoyed helping each other. So there was one presentation we all had to present. So instead of making 5 separate presentations, we made one. The same styles, all that, just put it all together, back to back, and then we presented like that. For another time, we went ahead, instead of each presenting their own research, because we help each other a lot, we knew the background, we presented each other's work. So we switched out between us. But for the questions afterwards, obviously you couldn't answer all the questions, so you had to answer your questions for your research. But it was actually kind of fun. And people actually enjoyed it. Because then again you get more focused in your studies, in your research, and you forget about there's a whole other fields of microbiology, for instance, that you don't work with every day. So by doing that, we expanded our knowledge on the subjects. Even our supervisors were quite happy with us doing that. That was really weird. When they called out one of us, one of the ladies, and I walked up there, they looked kind of confused, but then as soon as we started presenting, they actually enjoyed it. Bit of change of scenery. Okay, 50. Let's go. How far are we still at? 4 hours. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. What's our fuel situation? Half a tank. You could actually just have watched down there. But let's drive around. I need to install a couple of DLC for this game as well. I think that will make it a bit... It's already enjoyable, but I think it will only increase the replayability of it. So let's take a quick look at the reservoir tanks. Actually kind of awesome. And there goes the train! Cargo rail. Nice looking cabin. Come on. Still check, just in case. I wouldn't say I'm paranoid in real life, but I tend to not always trust technology on its own. I tend to look for things myself. And to, for instance, that railroad crossing, there was barriers if the train was coming, but I was still checking in real life. Let's just say I'm a bit over cautionary sometimes. But rather safe than sorry. Ooh. Logging. Actually also sizable, I wouldn't say really big, but there is a couple of plantations in Limpopo province, previously the Northern Province, and in Mpumalanga, or the Eastern Transvaal, it was previously known. Mpumalanga. Very sizable plantation industry there. But then it's, I wouldn't say invasive, but it's, I'm blanking on the English word for that. Afrikaans are called ATMs from another area. So actually imported trees, or seeds, whatever you want to call it. Cuttings. I'm not sure. But it's not endemic or from Africa, those trees, or Southern Africa. But we do have a couple of natural forested areas, for instance in Naisna or Tsitsikamma forests. Get the yellowwood. Why does that sound so wrong today? Afrikaans is a geelhout. So literally translate to yellowwood. Hey! Because I'm looking around and talking nonsense and not looking where I'm driving. But I like talking to you about these things. Explaining a bit of what's happening in South Africa, what we have and don't have. You know, the normal things. Yeah, 61 for our cruise control is fine. It's fine. Let's take a... Oh! I don't want to bring up a map. That's our lights. Okay. Now we know. How far do we still have to go? 3 hours. Okay. Looks like grass huts. Since we are the only road here, we can use our main beams. This looks completely different from the rest. Hey, sorry. This area is actually kind of beautiful. Just look at that sky. Don't get a speeding offense. Don't get a speeding offense. So in the southern hemisphere, autumn is actually starting, and that means the start of a hunting season. So we've been preparing for the last couple of months. Did a bit of maintenance on your rifles and got new goodies to play with for the firearms. Then we went out to arrange days and all that. The thing with me with hunting is, or shooting in general, I don't really like the shooting bit, but I like the inner workings of it, the bits and pieces. Because of the long distance or long range shooting, it's not physically the pulling the trigger, it's all the external things that goes into making that shot. That's the things that I like. The same with, I enjoy internal ballistics or external ballistics or transitional ballistics. I enjoy it all because it all brings you to the end goal of making that shot. I don't enjoy the killing bit for the hunting bit, but it puts biltong in your on your table. And if you don't know biltong, I would suggest wherever you live, try and find a South African, or then again, there are a couple of recipes that you can try to make your own biltong and just try it. There's a huge difference between biltong and jerky. Not in the process necessarily, but the taste. Completely different. And then some definitions say biltong is sun-dried meat. It's not really sun-dried. You have to keep it in a cool, dry place. Otherwise it will start to mold. There's some sort of heat. Believe me, I lost about 2 kilograms of biltong because of that. But I was still young and dumb. Make your own biltong box, biltong dry, and then something goes wrong, and then you lose that. Will we be able to make it? I don't know. 2 hours and 7 minutes. Let's try. Let's try at least to make it. Okay, so it's 80 again. Let's get into the middle lane. If we have to or not, let's just get there. So it's just one lane to cross if you have to turn either way. 82, that's fine. I don't believe we're getting traffic offences, speeding offences for that. Who would have thought when I was younger that I would enjoy these kinds of simulation games? Yeah, I played Roller Coaster Tycoon and what's another one? The planes. That simulator. I'm blanking on the official name. But yeah, flying airplanes around and helicopters. I enjoyed that when I was younger, but never thought that I would enjoy a game where I just drove a truck from point A to point B. And that's how you grow. I also enjoyed open world games when I was younger. Games where there weren't really a mission in sight. You had to make your own mission. I really enjoyed that. Nowadays, I don't know. I don't really enjoy that as much as I used to. Now I like having an end goal. That's what I tried with Ark. When I first got Ark in 2015, when it was released then, I played that thing almost constantly. I was busy with my masters and still had a bit of free time, and I didn't have a girlfriend, and a couple of my friends also played the game, so we get together, we had a server and we played that game almost day and night. But then I got a bit restless with the game, because that was before Ascension and all that. It felt like, I defeated the boss. Why continue playing? I really enjoyed the leveling system, but then I made I played a single player game, not on a server, just a normal game, and then I upped the stats, as you saw if you watched the ARC videos. I upped the amount of experience, not experience you get, but the amount of points that the skill goes up. For instance, with running speed, I increased that. And if you go to 300 or 400% running speed, you don't really need any dinosaurs. So why bother taming one? So I tried making myself a goal of the last time I played ARC, one dino challenge. At any time I could only have one dinosaur or creature. That actually made it a bit enjoyable again. Gave me a purpose. But then I also had the stats boosted. So again, got a bit boring. That's why I'm still waiting for it to really get the urge to play the game. I'm still waiting for that. Before I start playing it again. Half an hour left. Should we push it? Let's try to push it. I don't want to go to sleep when I only have less than 100 kilometers to go. Even though we are really tired. Okay, let's put it this way. If we find a place to sleep along the way, we'll pull over and sleep. Waste a couple of hours, but that's okay. If we don't find something, we have to continue. There's no way around it. There's no place to pull over. So we have to make do with getting there or finding a place along the way. Or we just push through. It looks like we are pushing through. Here's our turn. Slow down. There you go. I know I'm getting tired. 6 minutes. Or 7 kilometers. That's fine. Let's just get into this lane. I know I didn't use my indicators. Come on, you can do it. Don't fade out now. Just get to the place. Just get there and then you can unload. Then we can go for another quick job later on. Let's change. Lanes. I believe it's in here. Yep. Do we try and park this one? We are here. You know what? We aren't faders. Avoid sleeping with fans. Come on. I probably won't make that. But let's at least try. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Okay, let's pull up a bit. Let's try this. If this doesn't work, there you go, decoupling, loading trailer legs. And there you go. Another 13,000 in the bank. Another skill level, or level up. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's get the long distance up as far as we can. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you for the next one. Cheerio.